The first step to making this work is to do any processing that you want to the RAW files and then open them up into a stacked document using a smart object. Let me show you how. Inside of Adobe Bridge, you can select all the images, right-click and choose Open in Camera Raw. This will allow you to make any tweaks that you want. Now, I was using a Lensbaby lens that had a soft, blurred edge and a little bit of a heavy vignette. This was a stylistic choice when shooting. The center of the image and the fountain is sharp, but I wanted a little bit of a blurred outside edge, and this was done in camera with a specialty lens from Lensbaby. All right, let's go ahead here and make a few tweaks to this image. I'm just going to play with the highlights, recover those. I'll turn on clipping indicators to take a look, and I see that my black is clipping a little bit at the vignette, but that's okay. We'll just tweak the shadows slightly and a little bit of clarity. It's looking pretty good. Now, with that image selected, I'll choose Command A for Select All or Control A on a PC, right-click and choose Sync Settings. I'll choose to sync everything and just click OK, and those settings apply to all the photos. Now, you can click Done to store the results. Now that these are updated, we're going to switch over to Photoshop for a moment. In Photoshop, choose File, Scripts, Load Files into Stack. This is the same command we used in the previous exercise. Browse and locate the images. I'll choose Open, and they're all added to the window. Now, if you're positive you shot off of a tripod and you didn't adjust focus, you should be able to skip the option of Attempt to automatically align. This option is useful when you're dealing with a focus stack situation, but because people are moving in and out, well, we probably don't need it because it could get thrown off. Also, it's very important when you're shooting that you don't have autofocus turned on because you don't want the camera to change focus as someone passes in front of the camera or gets closer. So shooting manually is pretty important here. I am going to choose the option, however, to create a smart object after loading the layers. This will nest them all inside of a single smart object that unlocks a special feature. Let's click OK, and we'll let all of those load into a single document. Now you'll notice that the layer appears to be a single layer, but it's already been merged and turned into a smart object. You can tell that by the little icon on the corner of a layer. Now that we've got a smart object made, we can move on to the next step of actually analyzing the images.